in many tablet blisters. For nearly 3 decades, the pharmaceutical industry was monopolized by E-Pharm, and it was only after the 1991 change of government that the private companies joined the industry. By 2009, the number of pharmaceutical companies in the country was merely 16, and the industry saw a number of problems.
The major problem was the tax, the duties, that were in place. Secondly, the capacity to compete in the market with importers, with the traders, the inefficiency within the company, the finance problem. Due to these major reasons, the industry was on the free fall,
The multi-phase difficulties facing the industry resulted in the shutdown of 4 factories, and most of the existing ones were manufacturing below their installed capacity. It was at this juncture that the government started to intervene for the rescue of the profitable industry. Considering the importance of the pharmaceutical manufacturing sector to the national economy and to the health of the people, the government has identified the pharmaceutical sector among the priority manufacturing sectors. Strategic plan for the pharmaceutical subsector was endorsed by the government for implementation.
Accordingly, we removed the custom duty, and it becomes zero. So any raw material that they are getting from abroad is with zero tariff. This is a major decision. Secondly, as you know, we have this PFSA, Pharmaceutical Film Supply Agency. Through this government agency, the purchase of medicine will be given in advance. Of course, this arrangement was like a tripartite arrangement, including with the development bank. So about 30% of advances were given, to the companies to address the working capital problem, so that the remaining 70% they will get it upon delivery of the product. This also has substantially addressed the critical issue of finance, especially the working capital, and not only that. Even in the international tender, 25% preferential treatment was given to the local pharmaceutical industry.
Measures introduced by the government, including the incentives, soon started to pay off. Within a few years, the number of companies increased from 12 to 20, and the existing ones launched expansion projects. Some of the industries also start to witness remarkable improvements. Increase in production capacity, all of the companies have their own expansion plan.
After this, our plan is to export from here. You see, first thing is to finish the imports, which is Ethiopian government is spending too much foreign exchange on this. So we want to finish this first. The next step is to make the exports.
Our country having the highest cattle population in Africa, then we have abundant cattle. So we can make use of this one and produce our own gelatin here and even export. That's our plan.
ያሰባቸው ሰፋፊ ፕሮጀክቶች አሉ። በተለይም ደግሞ
IFAM has big expansion plan. We have already taken big plot of land around Sabbata area with a plan of 1.9 billion towards the expansion project. When the plan completed successfully, we believe that it would be an engine to accomplish the country's ambition of covering 50% of medicine supplies through local-based companies.
Along with its contribution for the health sector and the country's economy, the pharmaceutical industry is creating jobs for many Ethiopians at different levels.
ከንቶቶ ቴክኒክና ሙያ በማሽን ዲፓርትመንት በሌቭል ፕሮግራም የ3 ዓመት ተመራቂ ነኝ።
After graduating from Toto Technical and Vocational Training School as a machinist, I joined this factory and now I'm working as compressor machine operator. With the training I received, I'm running the machine in full confidence.
I came here some 2-3 months ago and I'm the supervisor of the manufacturing line, the syrup manufacturing line and the tablet manufacturing line. Now I'm supervising the manufacturing process of the syrup line. Personally, I would be very happy to stay in this kind of industries, to see Ethiopia having a better opportunity in manufacturing so many drugs which we are still importing from the external countries.
As part of creating conducive environment, you see the human resource development part of the sector is very critical. As you know, this industry is a knowledge-based industry. Therefore, more than the machinery, more than the technology, the human resource part play, a very vital role, Due to these efforts, today we have about 10 universities who are running, human resource development with pharmaceutical industries.
I will tell you one thing. People are very intelligent here. The boys, new boys, they want to work. They don't have the jobs. So when we give them a job and we select a good intelligent people, they are running. Now I don't have much people there from my previous company, only 2%, and I am here and we are giving them the full training of the machine. Then they are running. I will show you they are running the.
This is called disintegration machine. The use of this machine is to identify that a single tablet, in how many minutes a single tablet can disintegrate in our stomach.
The companies are now confident that the government has stepped up the commitment to support and improve the sector.
It is helping us in all the way because when we realize that our unit, as per Ethiopia's need, is not a moderately or big unit, so we approached government for additional land, and government has given us sanctioned us additional land of 70,390 square meter, where we are going for expansion. So in all way, whenever we approach government for any basic things, government has helped.
We have got many advantage from government. Even from the start point, we get land with a very low price at that time. This area, the local government encourage foreign investment, and also because of our product is health product. Government encourage us and give us a very good loan and push us to expand our project.
Here, there is not a problem to see anybody, even the industrial minister or wherever I need the help of the people, they are helping.
Most of the flourishing pharmaceutical companies are joint ventures owned by foreign investors.
It is good that to have this joint venture in order to have the knowledge, in order to have the capital, even the market. Because the major players, they have markets in different countries. So whenever you have a joint venture, automatically you have access to those markets who belong to this, big companies.
The main advantage I see is the technology transfer. In capsule production, the Chinese and our partners, they transfer the technology which is new to our country.
It's a very interesting experience. As far as both of our culture goes, there are a lot of similarities with Indian culture and Ethiopian culture. So till date we are very happy with our local partner and collaborating with the Ethiopian company and Meta-Intex. And we think that there are a lot of advantage to come as a joint venture than to come as an individual company. Whatever the local problems or local needs are there, local laws are there, our local partner help us and guide us in those aspects.
Though the sector is on the rise, the country is still spending large sum of foreign currency to import medicines from abroad. The country's overall medicine consumption is growing by 25% every year. In 2010 alone, the total expense was 6 billion birr, which 3 years later reached around 12 billion birr. Drugs manufactured locally meet only 20% of the national demand. The rest is filled through import, which indeed shows the big market potential of the country.
The sector in general has got enormous potentiality because till date the country is importing 60%, above 70% of its pharmaceutical need. So obviously the sector gives enormous opportunity to have manufacturing unit in Ethiopia.
First, no market problem because the market is very big.
Pharmaceutical products, I feel personally also that there is a vacuum. Vacuum means shortage of the product. For people, they need more medicines here. So if we will see the market, this is a very big market. Ethiopia is not a small country. So here the pharmaceutical people, pharmaceutical industry have a big scope.
According to plans included in the Growth and Transformation Plan, the country has also aspirations to scale up the sector.
In the export target, to achieve a $10 million US target, and in terms of general market, the industries are expected, to get a market share of about 50%. According to the performance, the past years, the last 3 years, if you see, it is very encouraging.
There is no doubt on the necessity of much effort to attain the ambitious plan. According to the companies, power interruption is among the major problems the industry is facing.
Actually, we are losing too much spares because of the power interruptions, and we spend too much money for the procurement from the abroad. Here it is very difficult to bring the materials from the abroad also that. So this is too much difficult to maintain our machineries on a regular basis if the power failure is occurring there.
We are working with the ECO on a joint plan base, and we identified the challenge of the power shortage, in fact on a weekly basis, getting the information from the companies, and then trying to discuss with the relevant department of ECO to address this issue, to improve the situations, so that they can get the power supply continuously.
Hindrances are there, which we are trying and with the government to finish these things. And as this is a beginning, we feel that in future we will overcome on these things.
The companies need to meet international quality standards like Good Manufacturing Practice (GMP) so that they could be competitive at the global markets. Currently, Sino-Ethiopia and Kadila are the only factories that have been successful to acquire the Good Manufacturing Practice.
This certificate means, they can export to any countries, not only to Ethiopian market, especially the WHO and even, our Ministry of Health and others, they want this best practice to be implemented and to get the certificate in order the companies could supply safe medicine, to the market. We have in the pipeline 4 companies to be certified in the plan for this year.
Another good thing to the industry, the first regional bioequivalence center in East Africa has been launched in Ethiopia recently with the objective of establishing the safety, efficacy, and equality of generic drug products produced by pharmaceutical companies in the region.
A bioequivalence study is a very expensive exercise and very costly. And for a single product, it costs us like in America over $100,000 for a single product. So the third world or the developing countries cannot get bioequivalence study because it is too expensive. Therefore, the logical approach would be to establish a local public-private partnership model such as this regional bioequivalence center, so that the local pharmaceutical industries can submit their products and get the bioequivalence certification, because obviously it becomes cheaper. In the future, many countries will be members of the World Trade Organization. When we become a member of World Trade Organization, in member countries there will be free market for any product, including pharmaceutical products. So if you don't have the bioequivalence certified, you'll find it very difficult to market your product, let alone exporting to other countries, even to market it locally.
According to the National Drug List, there is an availability requirement of 300 drugs in the country. However, only 90 of them are produced by local manufacturers. There is no production of active pharmaceutical ingredients, API, in the country. Almost all pharmaceuticals inputs are imported from other countries. With the high pharmaceutical demand and consumption in the country, with the encouraging investment climate and all other incentives, investing in Ethiopian pharmaceutical and medical supply sector is believed to be worth investing.
Ethiopian is a very stable country, so I also suggest them to come, because also Ethiopian government is serious to make the development.
In our country, there are encouraging investment incentives.
My message for other investors in this field, they should come and invest, because it is a right time to invest in Ethiopia.